Shalom, shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, YAHAWAH, double honors to the elders and apostles of great millstone. Shalom to my Akim who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this final captivity. This is Brother Kawak coming at you with no lesson. Romans chapter 1, verse 17. For therein is the righteousness of Yahweh revealed from faith to faith, as it is written, the just shall live by faith. Now, today's lesson is inspired by this lesson, which will be linked into in the description. All right. And it got me thinking once again on a very funny, I guess, topic, which is the topic of preparation or preparing. Like, you know how there's doomsday preppers and stuff like that? Well, partially on a technicality, we are also quote unquote doomsday preppers, but not in the traditional sense of, oh, we got underground bunkers, we got a bunch of food stocked up and stuff like that. All right. Well, depending on your definition of it, which I'm not trying to get too much into that, but funnily enough, yes, it is like food and stuff like that. Anyway, the main point, all right, which is what he goes into with this lesson, is how basically in terms of the whole preparation thing, like we are basically accumulating favor with Yahawadah in order for him to have mercy on, or to hopefully have mercy on us in our time of trouble. In addition to that, we are basically warning the people of what's to come in order for them to have an opportunity to get right as well. All right. And, this is the big thing. A lot of people, or in general, all right, when people do stuff that's wrong, sometimes they don't, keyword sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes they just don't know. But after being warned and told that, hey, this is wrong, and they continue to do it, that's when there's no mercy. In addition to that, which I just forgot what the frick I was about to say. That's why I should just get in the habit of just jumping topics, because I had a really good point. And oh yeah, like Slakia. Now I remember. So basically, what is going on right now, which is what he kind of brought out. So definitely watch this. I'm not gonna go too much into it, but he brought it out. It's basically what's going on right now primarily in terms of the whole war thing. All right, which there's also the famines and stuff like that, but primarily for the war, the people are. Let me actually see if I can find it. The people are going to be caught by surprise and be warned at the very last second. Hey, actually, you guys, there's actually gonna be a war. Here's all the stuff that you need to know in the event of an emergency, but they're only telling them that this, when it's too late or at the last second. All right, actually, let me let this video play right quick.
Sign of the times, European nations are sending pamphlets to their citizens on how to prepare for and survive a crisis or conflict.
Sluggy, also, I do remember, I think it was 2020, that was when or 2022, something like that, I don't know. They basically had said that there was a zombie preparedness pamphlet as well, or a PDF file that was sent out to everyone or just available online as which it seemed weird, and we thought well, I'll not say we, but I thought, I was like, Yahawadah is up. It's gonna tie into the C9V, all right, which I thought was pretty, that would have been pretty funny to see, but lo and behold, it didn't happen. All right, but also just in general, that the whole any type of zombie stuff that happens, like most of these what's it called, Babylonians, they want that. They thrive on it because it means that they can just go around being demons and just killing people willy nilly. Like you've seen, like, well, you should. A lot of people should know that like zombies, in terms of like a apocalyptic type events, like zombies are like the least intimidating things, unless they are something like I Am Legend, which that's not zombies or anything like that. I think they're more akin to vampires, because they're super strong and stuff like that. And most forms of media, whenever they portray zombies are usually slow moving and stuff like that. So it's always not seen as a threat. But should there be, lucky for this tangent, but just in general, all right, like it's not something to just say, oh, it's gonna be fine or anything or anything like that, because the let's say, for example, if you take like say Terry Crews, if Terry Crews magically becomes a freaking zombie or whatever, and his body is still like, it still has all that muscle on him, he's just gonna be and on top of having the muscle, the desire to want to feast on human flesh or whatever might drive him to do it, much like someone who's like starving so much that they want to go and eat something like so desperately. All right, so that same thing could be applied to zombies, where they can move very quickly as well as become very violent. So that's not something that we should be looking forward to watching. But the real reason why we do look forward to stuff like this is because we know that the Lord will protect us in the event of that. Even though, well, actually, I'm not even going to say that Slovakia tangents, but I'm not even going to say that zombies are improbable, because let's get this. Fuck. Revelation chapter 9 verse 6, and in those days shall men seek death and shall not find it, and shall desire to die, and death shall flee from them. All right, and that's Slocky. That's the thing. Like, if you've seen, once again, if you've seen these like zombie movies and whatnot, and you have these people that are infected, maybe you never before they fully turn, they're like, oh my God, please kill me before I turn, or while they're in the thing, like the fear is that you might just be taking backseat in your own body, all right, which is a very scary feeling if you truly think about it. Like you are looking through your own eyes, the world around you, and your body moving, but you have no control over it. So that this type of stuff is something that's scary, and that these people are ultimately not ready for. All right, and there's many different ways that these stuff could happen, which me personally, I thought, which I'm not saying that this is not the case, because it still might be the case, but I thought that the whole C9V might contribute to that. All right, in the sense that they were talking with the, what's it called, the side effects, the things that people were talking about, the what's it called, that there was that one video that I had done, and it got taken down by the thing. There was one video that got done, it got taken down, where there was some dude that was saying that people are going to drop after 2 years or something like that, and just a bunch of different things where, even with the MLTB, with even with the MOTB Slovakia, where the Neuralink mechanism is putting a C-hip or whatever in the person's brain in order to restore motor function, because the thing is that the way that the human body works is the brain sends electrical signals down to your hand. Now, obviously, these electrical signals in your body are made by your body, but it would be very plausible, that's the correct term, to not use man-made electrical currents, but artificial, quote unquote, artificial or mechanical electrical currents to bypass the electrical currents, or to have the brain act as a medium rather than the initial source, so that the C-hip supersedes the brain's initial priority over the body. All right. So basically, to simplify it, it could potentially be, I'll say that, it could potentially be like, I'm trying to think. So yeah, here, perfect. So you have a computer, all right? You have a computer. You want to remotely, oh no, Slocky, I'll just think, a PlayStation. So on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, there is a feature on it called Remote Play, where you can control your PlayStation 5 with just your phone. All right. So the phone would be the C-hip, and then the PlayStation 5 would be your brain. Your brain is, or your PlayStation 5 is being controlled by your phone, which now that's the new medium of the actions being taken on the PlayStation 5 is under control by your phone, the external new foreign object. All right. So slucky about that. Just wanted to get that in while before this, but yeah. Anyway, going back into the initial topic, the whole thing with preparedness. All right. They're basically saying that they sent out pamphlets in Switzerland, and the thing is, like, for America, like, the people are not gonna be informed until it's too late. And the thing is, if the American government actually cared about the American people, well, number one, Biden wouldn't have approved whatever missiles and stuff like that, as well as Slovakia, as well as the fact that they would have warned them now, like, not even now, but a long time ago, of all the stuff that is going on. But they don't care. They are just doing everything, and at the very last moment, when it's too late to actually prepare and to do anything about it, all right, that's when these people are going to be like, oh my God, like, what the heck is going on? But the funny thing about it is that the prophets have been warning the people. All right, so it's like not only have the prophets have been warning people, but the people, they didn't take the warning seriously, and they just did whatever they wanted to do. All right. So let me get this. Luke chapter 12 verse 20. But Yahweh said unto him, Thou fool, this night thy soul shall be required of thee. Then who shall those things be which thou hast provided? All right. So there's two parts to this. I will just go to the first one, the initial one, then I'll get into the other one later, Yahawadah, if I remember. The first one is just all the riches that these people have been enjoying and thriving in. Like, it just is going to be, they chose to prioritize that over YAHAWASHI. So as a result of that, like, what's going to happen to all those riches after? They're just going to lose it, or it's going to be destroyed, or it's just going to go to someone else. All right, now let's let the video play more.
Sweden has issued its 10 million citizens with a new survival guide that opens with this warning. We live in uncertain times. Armed conflicts are currently being waged in our corner of the world. The focus is on how to survive during wartime, but the brochure also identifies extreme weather events, disease and technology outages, as well as psychological warfare as serious threats. It offers...
Right, exactly. So, yeah, in Slovakia, it was Sweden. So basically, Sweden is over here warning their people, saying, "Hey, this is what's going on. This is what you need to know. This is what you need to do, in order to prepare. And in the contrast of that, America is proactively trying to initiate more conflict. And as a result of that, they are also simultaneously not warning the American people because they don't care about them. And the thing is, like, people should already know that America does not care about its citizens. Okay, and this is not just Jake, but this is also Edomites as well. They do not care about the American citizens. All right, like this is the kingdom that's divided against itself. All right, so what do we do as a result of that? We prepare, but we don't prepare by getting a bunker, getting a bunch of food, getting a storehouse and stuff like that. So let's read this, Luke chapter 12, verse 17. Going back to it, I remembered this. And he thought within himself, saying, "What shall I do, because I have no room where to bestow my fruits?" And he said, "This will I do. I will pull down my barns and build greater, and there will I bestow all my fruits and my goods. And I will say to my soul, soul that has much goods laid up for many years, take thine ease, eat, drink, and be merry." But Yahweh said unto him, "Thou fool, this night thy soul shall be required of thee. Then whose shall those things be which thou hast provided?" All right, and this is the thing. You have these people that will worry only about their carnal wealth, are in preparing carnally, and they don't prepare. They don't prepare spiritually. They don't get right with YAHAWASHI. Okay, which let's read that, verse 21. "So is he that layeth up treasure for himself and is not rich towards Yahweh." So if you are not rich towards YAHAWASHI, then that's when all that wealth that you accumulated carnally, it's not going to save you. It's not going to protect you. It's not going to help you ultimately in the long run. All right. As a matter of fact, continuing on, verse 22. And he said unto his disciples, Therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what ye shall eat, neither for the body what ye shall put on. The life is more than meat, and the body is more than raiment. Consider the ravens, for they neither sow nor reap, which neither have storehouse nor barn, and Yahweh feedeth them. How much more are ye better than the fowls? All right, and that is the ultimate lesson behind it, where for us, we don't prepare carnally. We don't say, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna go get an underground bunker. I'm gonna go store up a whole bunch of food and stuff like that." What we do is we build up spiritual wealth with YAHAWASHI, so that the Lord will provide us and take care of us in these times of trouble. And the funny thing is, which I've heard brothers say this multiple times, like it is a very easy thing for the Lord to just decide, you know what, I'm gonna give these brothers, I'm gonna get this brother, this family that was diligent and obedient to my words, this underground bunker that these carnal demons were stockpiling for them. And it's very easy, and this is how the thing works. It's just like, I'm not saying that it's going to happen. It very much so could happen should the Lord decide to have mercy on a certain individual, all right, or individuals, or just a group in general, or a camp, or whatever. All right, that's the thing. The Lord could say, "Okay, you know what? I'm gonna give you this because you were focusing on the right things, getting right with me, getting right with YAHAWASHI, rather than being a demon." All right. So continuing on, Ezekiel chapter 33, verse 33, "And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come, then shall they know that a prophet hath been among them." And once again, going back into, as I said before, the warnings the prophets had been giving out, okay, telling everyone, "Hey, yo, you have to, repent, this, that, and the third." All right. So when everything that the prophets have been saying, have been talking about, and been warning people about, comes to pass, that's when they're going to realize that, "Oh my God, I fucked up. I should have listened to them. I should have did this. I should have did that." All right, and yeah, like that. These are the prophets, but that right then it's going to be too late. All right, so let me also get this, Amos chapter 8, verse 11. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord. And that's the thing, when while it is obviously we all need food and water to survive, but more importantly than that, the people are going to seek after the prophets, as the prophecies that the prophets had prophesied, all right, are coming out, all right. More importantly, they're going to say, okay, well, what do we do? How do we protect ourselves? How do we save ourselves? We need the instruction manuals now, even though we were being demons and we weren't paying attention, we weren't listening, we weren't following the instructions prior. All right, so this is what is in store for them. They're just not going to be able to find, either they're not going to find the prophets, or the prophets are just going to kind of slip through the radar. All right, where or even worse, the Lord's just going to make it so that the prophets might be magically mute for some reason or whatever. All right, so that's why we repent now. All right. Isaiah chapter 58 verse 1, cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgressions and the house of Jacob their sins. And this is what we do right now. We warn our people, you guys have to repent. We are going out on the highways and byways, informing everyone, going on the internet, all right, telling everyone, and when I say going on the internet and highways and byways, I don't mean like directly screaming at people. We just put the information out there, and the Lord will guide whoever is meant to hear it to said information, all right, or to said prophet, to said brother, for them to actually be able to say, okay, you know what, yeah, I'm ready to repent, this, that, and third. Ezekiel chapter 33 verse, did I read? No, I didn't. Verse 8, when I say unto the wicked, O wicked man, thou shalt surely die, if thou doest not speak to warn the wicked from his way, that wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thine hand. Okay, so for those that are not warning, so that are not, doing their part to inform anyone that, they're going off and whatnot, just to give them the opportunity. That's the key thing, giving someone the opportunity to repent, all right, so that when they reject it, and it's over here in verse 9, nevertheless, if thou warn the wicked of his way to turn from it, if he do not turn from his way, he shall die in his iniquity, but thou hast delivered thy soul. So it is a two-way street, where if you warn someone that if you have to repent, you have to repent, then you are not responsible for what happens to them. But if you don't warn someone and they don't repent and they die, then that's where you are responsible for them, for the death, and the Lord's going to basically punish you as a result of not warning them. All right. Continuing on in Ezekiel 3 verse 21, when I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked way, to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood, basically the same thing. Let me see if there's anything else. Here, verse 20. Again, when a righteous man doeth turn from his righteousness and commit iniquity, and I lay a stumbling block before him, he shall die, because thou hast not given him warning. He shall die in his sin, and his righteousness which he hath done shall not be remembered, but his blood will I require at thine hand. So for when someone is righteous and then they turn from their righteousness, to be wicked and to basically fall out, that's when all the good that they did, it's not going to be remembered. So that's why it's so important to stay on top, always stay on top, and never slack, so that you do not fall out of this truth. All right. Verse 21, nevertheless, if thou warn the righteous man, and the righteous man sin not, and he doeth not sin, and he shall surely live, because he is warned. Also, thou hast delivered thy soul. So on top of that, there is a reward for, just in general saving people in the sense of doing your part to warn them. All right. So this has been just been the warning in general, all right, as well as a bit on the up and coming calamities to that we have to look forward to and be aware of, and as well as preparedness, but not carnal preparedness, but spiritual preparedness. Okay, we spiritually prepare by doing our part, and one of the main things is to warn people. All right, and it does have very big ramifications should you not do your part. So with that, I pray this was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto YAHAWAH, Hashem, YAHAWASHI, Hashem, Rakak Wadash, the elders and the apostles, great millstone, Abad, Babal, and Shalom.